Hello my friends, this is Loli. In today's video, we will be making some farmhouse Christmas DIYs using this one box. Are you ready? Let's get started. For this project, we will be using the cover. I'm just going to use my X-Acto knife and cut into that seam until the cover is completely detached. Then I'm going to take this frame that I got from Dollar Tree. We're going to remove it off the plastic and remove the backing from it. The piece of gift box was a little too big, so I'm just going to use my rotary cutter there to just cut some pieces off of the sides and a little bit off of the bottom where you see the buffalo check as well. And reposition the picture onto the picture frame, having the buffalo check be in the bottom, and use the original art as the backing. And that is it for this one. I love how simple it is. Yes, so farmhouse. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. This next project is another simple one. We will be using this barn that we have at the front of the box. Then I took this wooden piece from Dollar Tree when I removed that tag and also the piece of jute cord off of it, and gave it a nice sanding to remove any rough edges. If you're enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Alright, then I took some Rust-Oleum Linen White Chalk paint and gave it 2 coats with it. Then I took the barn house and I didn't want those cardboard pieces to show on the sides, so I'm taking one of these furniture markers in black from Dollar Tree and I'm going to paint all of the edges where you see the cardboard using this color. And then stuck it to the wood using some hot glue. To increase the farmhouse look at this piece, I took some of this ribbon and I'm going to add it all around my piece as you see right there. I'm just making sure that I have enough ribbon before I cut it off my spool. To keep the ribbon from fraying, I'm going to burn the edges, and then starting from the bottom, I'm going to glue this all on the edges using some hot glue. I'm spreading the glue into a thin layer to avoid it from seeping through to the top section of the ribbon, and repeated this process all the way around until the ribbon was completely covering the edges. Then I took another piece of the ribbon and I'm going to fold it as small as possible, kind of looking like a needle at the end, and just put it through to that hole. And to help me put that ribbon through, I used a skewer and the back of a very small brush to push it all the way through to that hole, so I'm able to feed it through the other side. And I simply made a knot at the top. My friend, if you enjoyed this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe, and while you're there, make sure that you hit the notification bell so YouTube notifies you each time that I upload a new video. All these things are free and they mean the world to me. Thank you. Alright, now we're going to create a cute bow. I just took a piece of the ribbon, made an awareness sign, brought that loop down, and then tied the middle with a piece of twine and trimmed off the excess. Then using a little bit of hot glue, I'm going to glue that bow there where the hole is. And that is it for this piece. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? For this next project, we will be using this side right here. I'm just going to go ahead and unstick it, trying to be very careful not to fold that cardboard. So I just found that just using the spatula and heating it up with my heat gun was the best way to do that. Well, after that, we were able to lift it up and cut off that section. I wanted this to be slimmer, so I'm just lifting the edges off of the back here, and I'm going to cut off that excess, and I'm also going to remove some of the cardboard from the top. I just want to make sure that everything is nice and smooth so it's able to lay nicely on my surface. Next, I took this shadow box and I'm going to remove it off the plastic and paint it with 2 coats of Kilt stain blocker and primer and 1 coat of linen white chalk paint. Now that the surface is ready, I'm going to glue the image right in the middle using some hot glue, making sure that it is nicely centered. Next, I took some buffalo check ribbon that we used for the previous DIY, and I'm going to use it to line all of the outside of the image. I needed the ribbon to be a bit thinner, so I'm just trimming off a piece of it. I wanted to make sure that my picture was shown in its entirety. I cinched the edges to avoid any fraying and then cut a piece off the length so it will fit flush on my picture frame. And I repeated this process 4 times. Once all my edges were nicely cut, I'm going to just go ahead and use some hot glue to attach them to each side. I'm going to start with the side ones first, making sure that my glue is very thin to avoid any oozing. If you're still with me this far into the video, I want to say thank you so much for doing that. I truly appreciate your time and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have, don't forget to go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell so YouTube notifies you each time that I upload a new video. All these things are free and they mean the world to me. And I appreciate them all so much. Thank you. Alright, this is looking pretty, but we need to stand it up. So I'm going to take these couple cubes that I got from Dollar Tree and I'm going to glue 1 on each end in the bottom and then 1 in the middle. And that is all I needed to stand up on its own. Look how beautiful it looks. Let me know what you think. For this next project, we will be using this side right here. I'm just going to do the same thing that I did before. Just cut it off, then trim off the excess to make sure that everything is nice and even and all the edges are clean. Then I took this mini picture frame from Dollar Tree. We are just going to remove the plastic and the backing. And I removed the glass and used it as a template to know exactly how much of my image I needed to cut off. Then I marked my cutting off sections using a marker. And then just cut off the excess with some scissors. This gave me the perfect fit, so I'm just going to add the image right into position. And re-add the backing. And look how cute this is, but I'm not done yet. I thought I needed a little bit something more. So I made a cute bow using some ribbon from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to glue it to the top section of the frame. And that is it for this project. And let me know what you think. I think it's so cute yet so simple. What do you think? Next, I'll be using these 2 images for each DIY. I'm just going to remove them, and then for the one with the cardinals, there was some glue on it. Some of the glue was stuck on it, so I just used some glue away and a wipe and rubbed it off. And here is fine to do this because it has like a protective film over it that will protect the image. Next, I'll be using this easel from Dollar Tree. I'll trim the size of the edges so it will be about 1 inch smaller than the width of this piece. And then glue it down with some hot glue. I want to take this moment to say thank you so much for my subscribers, for all of you do, and to my viewers as well, because there are some of you that are always viewing but are not subscribed. But if you have not yet, go ahead and do that because you enjoy the channel. Why not, right? Anyway, thank you to all of you for all that you do. I really appreciate you. Next, I took some ribbon from Dollar Tree and I'm going to measure pieces that will fit all 4 sides and then cut them down. And I cinch the edges to avoid any fraying. Then using some hot glue, I'm just going to position these on all 4 sides. Then I took one of these ornaments from Dollar Tree and sanded off the glitter off at the front and the back. I'm leaving some in the edges so I can have a little touch of the red still in it. Then I glued it at the top of the easel using some hot glue. But I'm not done yet. I decided to create a cute bow and add it right there in the middle of the sign and the picture. And now we are done. Let me know what you think. Alright, for the next project, I'll be using this plaque from Dollar Tree. I removed that hanger that came with it. For some reason, it left so much glue, but I just used my heat gun to warm it up and remove the plastic and then heated up the glue and scraped it off with a spatula. And then just added some more heat to the sticker there as well. And then it just pretty much lifted by itself. As I said before, I was left with a little bit of residue. I just heated up my spatula, scraped it off, and the end of it, I just sanded it off. And I painted it with 2 coats of Rust-Oleum Linen White chalk paint. Now let's put it all together. I'm going to be using the picture right here and glue it down with some hot glue. Next, I took that buffalo check ribbon that I have right there. I already had cut it to size. And I'm going to glue it on all 4 sides of the image. First, I make sure to cinch the edges to avoid any fraying. And then glue the ribbon to all 4 sides, creating a beautiful frame. My friend, if you're still with me this far into the video, thank you so much. Make sure that you leave me your favorite emoji in the comments so I know who you are. Thank you so much. Next, I took a piece of the same ribbon that I used before, and I'm going to glue it in a loop, as you see right there, at the back of the placard. And glue the bow at the top of the frame. And this was the perfect finishing touch. Let me know what you think. And here are all the projects from today. Let me know in the comments which one of these is your favorite. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing, and craft responsibly. At the end of this video, there's a playlist and a video that you will sure to enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!